Hi, Anna. How are you doing today?
Good, Dr. Laura. How are you?
I am doing really well. So, thank you for meeting with me today. Just wanted to get some get some info, get some I guess updates, and just really see the biggest things of kind of how we've been able to support you and hear a little bit about your journey. So, I guess my first question here, what were some, big health concerns that really sought your care with us?
So the main health concern, other so like just in general, energy levels and feeling better overall, and then hormonal imbalance. Uh, I knew that my fiance and I were going to get married, so he's now my husband, and we were going to be looking to start having children pretty soon after we got married. So I wanted to make sure that I set myself up for the best possible scenario for that.
Mm, wonderful. And I guess before kind of seeking out options naturopathic, what other methods did you try? Did you do anything to try to resolve those kind of hormone imbalances or kind of mood supports?
Um, when I was younger, I saw the gynecologist on a regular basis, as most women do, and was told birth control was the way to fix all of my hormone issues. And so I spent about 9 years on and off birth control. I knew that it didn't make me feel good when I was on it, but I also felt horrible off of it and didn't really see another path. As I would switch other doctors, that would be their solution as well.
Okay, so on birth control for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And so I guess with that, what led you to options? What led you to, hearing about us?
So, a little unconventional from most other people, I worked for Options for about a year, and was actually referred through an old boss that I had sought care at Options. And so, yeah, having worked there for a little over a year, I knew this was the route I wanted to take with my healthcare from now on.
Awesome. Well, yes, definitely unconventional, but it definitely sounds like a lot of people have some really unique journeys. So I'm glad that led you here. And so during your first visit, what really stood out with you the most?
I think what stood out the most was your attention to care, and that like you actually listened to what my problems were. You asked about all of my history, not only physical but also emotional, and it really felt like you were like on my team to make sure that what was needed was accomplished.
Well, thank you. I really do appreciate that. It's very nice to hear. And I guess with that, how was it so different than the other conventional docs, or if you saw out any other kind of holistic practitioners?
I think the fact that it's data driven is a big difference. Using blood work and the Dutch test, we were really able to narrow the problems, and it made me feel confident that we were working on the right problem and not just kind of like throwing darts at a dartboard and hoping something would stick. And then also that the treatment was like in my hands. Like I felt very empowered that I get to make these choices. You're going to lay out all these recommendations, but it's up to me to implement them. And it kind of took the power away from I'm relying on a pill to solve my problems to like I'm going to change my diet, my lifestyle, incorporate some supplements, but a lot of it was on me to do.
Okay. So definitely the sense of accountability and
Yeah.
taking back taking back that power sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. And so starting on I guess this new journey, were there any obstacles that you encountered, I guess, with working with me, working with just kind of this little bit of a different approach?
Um, I think the biggest obstacle was that it's just a lot to change all at once. With reading Dr. Nasha's book and learning about all of the endocrine disruptors out there in our world and in my home, there were a lot of changes that need to be made. But I think we did a good job of like slowing it down and prioritizing like what the biggest bang for our buck was. And then even like to this day, as I buy new products, I'm always updating to make sure that I'm trying to find things that are clean and aren't going to be throwing off my hormones.
That makes sense. And yes, I have heard that quite a bit, that it can be a lot. And so, yeah, I'm really glad that we're able to prioritize and really making sure, yeah, what is that, biggest bang for your buck, if you will. And with that, with all of those things, why did you decide to continue working with us and working with this, with options?
It, to me, at this point, seems really like the only option. The conventional system just didn't seem to answer me in the way that I needed. And now that I understand terrain medicine more and have dug in deep, this seems really the only way for me to be taking my healthcare, my family's healthcare, since my husband sees you as well. And as we have the babies will see you too. So it's really just how we want to move forward as a family.
Yes, well, that makes sense. And I guess you answered my next question. How has your life changed since, starting care? It sounds like we got a little one on the way and maybe more.
Yes. Yeah, so I am currently 24 weeks, so we're a little over halfway. And on top of that, just, initial periods coming off of birth control and seeing you guys and getting everything balanced, I never knew that they could be so painless and that I could feel so good and have so much energy. My overall quality of life has just improved in ways I couldn't even imagine. When I meet people I haven't seen for like a year or two again, they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, you like are like radiating." And this was even pre-baby radiation. So just a lot of really positive changes since changing my lifestyle and my health.
Wonderful, wonderful. And that is very exciting news. I know we're going to have a new member, if you will, to options. So I'm super excited for the summer. And with that, kind of with all of these changes, what really surprised you about, our practice? I know you kind of mentioned it a little bit before, but what was the biggest kind of aha moment for you with us?
I feel like my biggest aha is that is taking power over my own healthcare and that everything is ultimately my decision. And when things go wrong, I have to own it. And when things go right, I get to own it. So, doesn't mean I don't stumble sometimes and backtrack a little bit, but when I do, I know that I don't feel well because of decisions that I made. And so it really does allow me to feel so, so empowered.
And empowerment is a beautiful thing. So yes, yes. And I guess my last big question for you would be, what are the main reasons that you would recommend, other people to us and seeking our care?
Other reasons I would recommend. So I would recommend that people see you so that they can really get to the root of what is going on and not just looking at specific symptoms like, oh, I don't have a lot of energy, or my periods are really painful, or when I eat, I just feel crappy afterwards. If you go to a regular doctor, chances are they'll write you a script, you'll go out that day, and they'll kind of like cover up whatever problem you may be feeling. But with options, I get to the root of the problem and really get to not only fix that, but feel healthy in ways that I didn't know I could feel healthy before.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. Definitely some great reasons. And thank you, Anna, for, just really opening up about your journey. We're all very, very excited for you and hubby and this little surprise that we'll be waiting for in the summer.
Yeah, thank you for being such an amazing doctor and support system.
Well, you take care, and then we'll be speaking soon.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Dr. Laura.